Hey, what is going on? Last week we talked about, or shall I say, I talked about being impeccable with your word. Men, sometimes you just have to understand you have to be impeccable with your word. That doesn't mean just be impeccable and honest with other people. It means be impeccable and honest with yourself. So that kind of leads into the topic we're talking about today. Today I sent about probably 20 texts out to men, not women, to men. I sent 20 texts out to men asking them, here's my question. I said, let me see if I can find it. Some of them were kind of like, what are you talking about? I said, I got to ask you something. And they're like, what? I said, what is something you want to know about women when it comes to dating? And then I said, do you feel like you know how to attract what you want in a woman? Do you feel like you know how to put out there what you want and how to get it back? And a lot of people, I got great response. First and foremost, I got wonderful responses, and I want to read some of them to you. And I also want, if you're watching, to comment below in the comment section, letting me know if you have any questions or what piques your interest and things like that, if you want to answer what I just asked. So understanding women from a woman's side that's asking men deep, dark questions and secrets. And so I'm putting it out there, guys. I'm putting it all out there on you. Next week or in a couple days, I'll actually be I'll be sending out a text about 20 women and doing the same thing. So that way you guys can get the scoop and be like, why does it have to be from the men? Because I'm investigating, you guys. I'm researching. I'm finding ways to find out really cool topics on here. So when I put that question out there, I got these responses. What's a woman's honest motive? And what is her motive? What does she want? And what does she want now compared to what has she had in the past? So they can figure out what type of man she's attracting or wants. Somebody said, I really don't care about the jobs and all, but I do want to know about her habits, her interests, what does she like to do for fun? They said feelings. What are her feelings, her expectations? And I feel like a lot of men, they struggle. They're like, I don't know what she wants. And here is something I'm going to let you in on. Are you listening? You ask her. And a lot of times, you might feel like, well, she's not going to answer correctly. Or you say, like all of us do this, not just men, but we say, oh, we want this. But honestly, sometimes we don't really know what we want. And here's the deal. When it comes to a man or it comes to a woman, how can you really find what you want if you don't even know what you want in the first place? And that goes back to being impeccable. You have to do some research. What are the things you love to do? What are the things that you're drawn to? Who do you keep running into over and over again as an attraction? Who is in your path that you keep coming across? You're like, oh, I want to spend time with that person. Like, what are the characteristics? I guarantee you, if you sit down and write these characteristics that you like about this person that you're so attracted to, compared to something that you're not, and you'll start to understand what really you want. Okay. Somebody told me DTF, Kara. I think they were joking, but you know what? Honestly, coming from a guy, I kind of expected that. I mean, it's okay. I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you want. Be impeccable with yourself. Be honest to your true self. Some people said, I'm clueless. I need to know everything about a woman. And that's pretty cool because that's like a whole white canvas. Like you get to paint. You know what I'm saying? You get to fill in all the colors of the rainbow. So how long to wait before you ask her out on a first date? I mean, why wait? Why not just ask? Do the 5-second rule. You see her, you say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're like, hey, how you doing? You got plans Friday night? And if so, how about next week? Put it out there. Take her to coffee. I feel really safe when I go out on dates. I try to make the first one really short, so I I can see if there's going to be chemistry. I can see if I'm going to be able to have a conversation with them, hold a conversation, see if they read books, see if they like to talk about politics, what they're really plugged into. So like I'll say, hey, you want to meet for coffee? Or like I actually went bowling yesterday with someone and it was so fun. Like they were playing all this music and like that person knew all the music and I knew all the music and we were just singing and dancing and it was so fun. And I was like, this is a great date. Okay. So, but we only hung out for like an hour. We played an hour game because you can pay for just the hour. And so it's perfect timing. I didn't have to spend like way too much time with that person, but taking somebody in little slow bits, that's really good. I got to keep moving here. So somebody said, what is a woman looking for? And these, honestly, you guys, I'm reading these, I'm like, whoa, we can make it so much simpler. We can, you know what, you could just ask. I love it when people ask me questions. When I'm on a date, when I go out with friends, I'm constantly asking them questions, trying to pique their curiosity, trying to find out how they function and why they function and what their vision is and what they enjoy doing. And it's really cool. That means you have to put on your listening ears. Like you're putting on those headphones on to really listen to that music. You're listening to the music of that person's soul. You're finding out about them. So one of my friends, he said, are they a good person? Are they nice? How do they treat others? And that's when you interact with others. If you go bowling, you can see how that person treats the girl at the front desk or the guy at the front desk, or, you know, if they go get a Coke at the counter, how are they treating the person at the counter? Another one is, they said, is their life complicated? That was a really cool one. Because, I mean, who wants to be involved with somebody that has a complicated life, right? But then again, sometimes maybe you can help them unwind and help them not make their life so complicated. And I think a lot of guys, you guys really strive to find somebody that makes you feel at ease and at yourself. And I think that's most people. They just want to be comfortable in their own skin around other people. Do they have time to fit me? Does she have time to fit me in her schedule? That's a really good one. Because a lot of us nowadays are very busy. A lot of people work 3 to 5 jobs because of our economy and the things going on. And we stay plugged in with friends and family. And a lot of people out there like me, a single mom, our schedule's kind of hectic. And so the little time I get, I hope the people know that are tight with me, they know if I'm scheduling and blocking out a time for them that they're super important in my life. They know that I love and adore them because they know I'm taking time out of my busy schedule to be a part of their lives. Somebody said, is she interested? Guys, back in the day, women, they know what they want. A lot of women do know what they want. She dropped a handkerchief right in front. Oh, did I drop that? Right in front of the gentleman. He would pick it up and go, ma'am, you dropped your handkerchief. Oh, did I? And she's so, you know, if she makes eye contact with you, it doesn't mean she's like, hey, you want to go back to my place? It doesn't mean that. It just means, hey, how you doing? I'd like to get to know you more. That's all it means. Doesn't mean something way... We don't need to go there, okay? We're not talking about the bedroom right now. So, somebody said, how do I engage my self-confidence so I don't get eager and desperate? These are great. These are great questions. How about, how do I see more of who she really is? Not who she's presenting or who I want to see. That's brilliant. Who I want to see. When we imagine someone that we want to be with, sometimes we put that on the people we meet in our daily lives. We put that on the people that we ask out and go out on a date with. We try to make them someone they're not. Kind of like the helicopter mom or like the parents over the kids. They try to make their kids become a doctor and the kids really want to be like doing plays or skateboarding, you know, become a professional skateboarder. We can't put something on someone else that doesn't belong to them. That's why it's the beauty, the art of dating is to discover who someone is. Another thing somebody said, oh, does she smoke? Does she get angry at the little things? These are great. That's why it's so good to like spend more than just that hour, that first hour with that person, first 30 minutes with that person, then maybe text them. Not just text them, call them, find out like how they sound on the phone. Then as go on a second date, go on a third date, go on a fourth date. See them for a month, see them for 2 months without becoming intimate right away, because when you become intimate right away, we start putting them in a different category and thinking, oh, they know me, they this or that. It doesn't work like that. Men, when you start doing the sex, it puts up a whole different level of emotions for women a lot of times. And for men, you tend to go, oh, you shove everything off, and it's like you kind of stop finding out about the person. And so I think putting a hold on the sex is a really smart thing, so you can find out, you can really find out about this person if it's somebody you want to spend a lot of time with or not. So somebody said, does she have to have the nicest of everything? I mean, what type of girl are you looking for? What type of woman are you looking for? Does she like to do yard work? Does she always have to have fun? Is she crazy? Somebody said, is she crazy? I was like, okay, dude. Everybody's crazy. It's just a different type of crazy. Somebody said, and I put this, I mean, like I said earlier, how can you find what you're looking for if you don't know what you want? And this comes back to being impeccable with yourself, finding out who you are as a person, loving who you are as a person, embracing who you are, really embracing your likes, your dislikes, understanding that you have flaws and you're okay with those flaws, and that if you want to correct your flaws or if you want to make yourself into a better person, usually those things that we find that about ourselves are the things we like about ourselves, we are attracted in other people with. And the dislikes we don't like about ourselves, we're kind of disgusted and don't like it about that in other people. So I wanted to read 2 of them. Oh, one of my friends sent me this. They said, why women don't ask them out. Men, I think a lot of times women don't ask men out because it goes back to the handkerchief days. Like when, back in the 20s, and like when women, they did ask men out by dropping the handkerchief. The women do it very subtly. They don't do it where they're just, hey, you want to go out? Because what happens when a woman does that, I find that when I've done that, I'm like, hey, when are we going to spend some time together? That men go, oh, from my experience, I find a lot of men just back off, and I honestly don't hear from them again. So, and that's fine. That means they're not a good fit for me. I can be outspoken. I like somebody that can be outspoken too. So a lot of times women are dropping the hints, and I'm sorry if it's confusing for a lot of you guys, but they are dropping the hints. It's not just that they're super nice. It might be other things they're doing. So look for the handkerchief. Look for those little things. What's the best place to take a first date when you hardly know each other? Like I mentioned earlier, go to coffee. Go for a walk around the block. Go for around a lake, or around, go to the ocean, chill out, or say, what do you want to do? I wouldn't take them to the movies. You can't really find out a whole lot about somebody. That's for more of a 3rd, 4th month kind of a deal. Like you've been seeing them for a while and you just want to enjoy the movies, or maybe you're both into movies and you want to talk about the movie after the movie. That's fine. Go for it. Take them on a surf lesson. Take them to the gym. Show them how to work out. Go somewhere you're comfortable that you can show them around, and that's a cool place for you guys to kind of discover who you are, and just a little bit. Remember, people are onions. So there's so many layers to these onions. It's like slowly learning how to peel away the onion. One of them said, you want the woman to feel safe and not pressured, but you also don't want the date to appear as just friends hanging out. And that's a valid point. I know one person yesterday kept, they were like, hey, and they would touch my shoulder, and they were like when a woman's, I know men like to be touched, so like when a woman's touching you, that's a handkerchief move there. If she's like, hey, how you doing? And she keeps putting her hand on you, like on your shoulder or tapping your back or something like that, that's a sign that a woman can be attracted to you. And men, I don't really suggest that hugely. Maybe tap her once or twice, like, hey, or, oh, your hair's, you got great hair, or you got great eyes, or, those compliments, they help. this person said, when is the best time for your date to know you have a child or are divorced? That's why I love the dating apps. Like, I've been on Bumble a couple of times, and it's great. You can kind of find out, like, if people put on their profile they have kids or they don't, which is good because you're just kind of weeding out who's going to really be the best fit for you. You don't want to change somebody and their opinions and their morals of who they are. You want to, there's this, like, it's this huge bucket, or like this huge bucket. I'm talking like huge bucket of people. So we got billions and billions and billions of people in the world. And who's going to be the best fit for you? If they're in this bucket of like 100, 500 people in this bucket, and there's somebody that really is in there that's the best fit for you, if you're stuck over here trying to make this person see your way and keep dating someone that's not the best fit for you, how are you going to get to that person in that huge bucket of, it's like finding that shell on the beach. If you keep focusing on this one shell, how are you going to discover the shell that's going to be the best fit for you? That person that can be the best fit for you. You're going to have to disregard that person or hang up that person in your life that's kind of distracting you from discovering who you could potentially have the best time with. Why would you want to avoid that? So it's good to make huge and tons amounts of friends to get to that person that would be the best fit. I'm going like super long, but I just wanted to shuffle through these really quick. It says some women find circumstances like that as having kids as a turnoff and never even try to get to know you, which is fine. You don't want that person in your life, because I know I want somebody in my life that's gonna really love being around my kids as much as I do, because I'm sorry, my kids are freaking awesome. I mean, one's making movies and we make movies together, and you know, one of them, I mean, they're brilliant. One loves to make investments into stocks and things, and it's fun. We have discussions, and my kids, I adore them, and they have totally different personalities. And so you want to be with somebody that's going to appreciate those things. So, and they're going to see the variety and the awesome sauce that you are and what you can offer. So how many more questions do you need? Oh, I need more. Just kidding. Then one other person, I want to end with this one. What they want out of a future personal goal, their family goals. To the one family, I wanted to know if their past lineups long-term along with their goals really good fit for one another. So I think here this person was saying, like, their goals are to, like, what are their family goals? Do they want kids? Do they not want kids? Do they want to travel? What are their long-term goals? Their career goals? Like, are these things going to get in the way of your relationship, or are you going to support each other and help each other into furthering your goals and accomplishing those goals? And do you complement each other and make each other want to be better people? Who wouldn't want that? And that's a brilliant note to end on. Are you with somebody that makes you want to be a better person? If you're not, go back to the bucket and look. Keep looking. All right, you guys. I'm going to address these other things I wrote down next time. Have an amazing day. Peace out.